I left my parents' house when I was 18 and then moved back in my 30s with my daughter. And I have yet to move out. So, yay, doing great. Eventually, when we first moved in, it was just like, a big crisis. And eventually I bought a house with them for me and my daughter to live in it with them. And that's where I've been.
Did you ever imagine that you would still be living with them when your daughter's off at college?
No, I mean, who would imagine that? I mean, it's and every time I would be on hiatus from whatever show I was working on, I would think, if this thing gets picked up, I've got to get out of. I mean, I have to get out of here. I kept envisioning like what age seemed the craziest. And now I just feel like, well, why don't they go? I mean, we bought the house together. How come I have to move out? It's half my house.
We actually have a question, Claudia, from Watari PG. How does it affect your ability for a love life? Say you wanted to bring a guy home. Would your folks be cool with that?
At the beginning, it was not great for my love life because besides being a single mom, living with your parents is not. It sounds like a red flag. I mean, it doesn't sound fantastic. But I eventually found a guy who was in as much of a transition as I was, not living with his mom. And he has a house, so I go to his house. That's how I did it. But I had earlier dates where I thought, well, this guy has he lives in a single. I mean, this is not.
Is that going to happen?
No, his neighbors don't like loud noises. I can't go out with a spin instructor who lives in a single right now.
When your grown kids are living with you, should they be contributing financially?
I paid rent pretty quickly when I moved in. As soon as I could get any kind of money to pay any kind of rent, I did.
And was that more of a emotional thing, or was that necessary to contribute to the household?
My parents insisted that I pay rent, and so I did, and now that we're in a situation where we bought a house together, it does change the dynamic, because where in the beginning where I was paying like really a pittance because I didn't have any money at all. They could boss me around and tell me what to do with all of my crap, and I found that just as annoying as an adult as I did as a child. And now that I pay for half, I kind of feel like, well, you know what? Maybe you just have to learn to live with the dishes being dirty there for another day, because it's my house.